All right, folks, today I will have squat explanation for you. I would like to show you the back squat, and we have two variations. Well, maybe more than that, but we have the high bar and low bar squat. Low bar squat is usually performed in powerlifting when you try to lift the most weight the most efficiently. So for that, people put it much lower on their back to make the lever length from the hips leading up to the place where the bar is shorter, so that you can also use a little force through your back. So it's in sake of efficiency. Now we'll do the high bar. So it allows us to come quite straight and descend down, and it will also enable us not to fall forward too much, and also it will enable us to come a little bit lower with the hips. So I will show you the technique. It looks like this. You make sure that you have even grip on each side. Come underneath enough, so not this, that would be the low bar. You will be bending over even if you just stand, but I will instead have it here. Come up with it. So when I'm here, I can be straight in my upper spine as my lower, and my elbows are pointing like this. Some people have problem with their shoulders, but I think you should stretch them for that. You see the width of my feet? They are pointing a little bit out, pretty much on the shoulder width, maybe a little bit more than that. It's individual. Now you inhale, descend all the way down, and come up. And maybe you didn't notice, but I kept pressing with my arms and shoulders from the bottom to the top. I was actually pressing with not only my legs, but also with my upper body. Like this. All right. And if you do that, that synergy of presses will really align you perfectly, and you will be coming up. Another thing which is super important to say is that through the feet, which is the only touch with the floor, you should be uniformly pressing from the front and the back part, so from the toes and the heels uniformly, preferably in the front from each side. So uniform press through the sole of the shoe. It's much better if you have elevated heel, maybe not too much, but at least somehow it will probably give you some better angling as you go through the exercise. And that squat in the nutshell. Of course, there can be more to say about this, but I really believe that this is a good explanation for you. Hopefully it makes sense. By the way, a little point at the end, little notice and observation. Some people have different curvature of lower back. So if they're traveling down with the bar, they kind of like, make this buckling. So maybe you can stop the depth, the descent at that point when just before you start bending. In my case, it doesn't happen that much, even though it might happen a little. If it happens more, maybe you should avoid going that deep, but that's how the squat goes. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you find this useful. See you with the next video.